The Kris Tyson hate has been getting a lot worse, and a lot of influencers are trying to cancel Kris. Let's get right into it. First, if you guys can go check out my latest song, it's going to be the first link in the description. Thank you very much. Okay, so a lot of accounts are dropping tweets like this. He threw away his life, his poor wife and child. It's a mental illness. It should be treated as such. Instead, left is celebrated. I may have offended and caused great discomfort to some people with this tweet. I want to make a moment to apologize for absolutely nothing, and everything I said here is 100% correct. Men who abandon their duty as a father to play dress up are scumbags. Have a great day. So there's a ton of popular accounts dropping tweets like that, but things escalated a lot worse when Nick Merckx called out Kris Tyson. You should be ashamed of yourself, leaving behind your wife and child to play pretend. And we're gonna react to this Nick Merckx video and the other stuff that comes with it, so let's get right into that. Okay, so this is the Nick Merckx video right here, so let's check it out.
Yo, checking in. Look, I opened Twitter, bunch of my mentions are he, they, she, hey, they, fucking, I identify as a helicopter. God damn it. And I seen the couple tweets about the doc.
If you guys don't know, there's like Dr. Disrespect allegations that Dr. Disrespect was allegedly like texting a minor at Twitch. I'll drop a video about that too after we get more information, by the way, guys. But as for now, I mean, there's a lot of things debunking it, so we're just not gonna break that down yet. But that's what he's talking about.
I'm as taken back as a lot of you guys are, okay? But the fact remains that these are some crazy accusations. Crazy. Big time accusations. And until we know more, until we know them as fact, until they've been proven with evidence, what are we talking about? What's anybody talking about? As far as the leave the little kids alone stuff, this doesn't make it any further from the truth. Leave little children out of your shit. Have a nice day.
So last part right there is just like the, don't try to like put upon this movement, he's trying to say don't put upon this like LGBTQ plus movement and like transgenderism on kids, and don't let little kids be informed with that. I don't think kids should be like subjected to anything like this at all. Like your mind should not be sexualized at 10 years old. Like you should not be thinking whether you're a guy or a girl at 10 years old. You should not be thinking, all that, because you should be a kid, you should be enjoying your childhood. Like people, when you're that young, you don't have feelings like that. And it's just, I agree. The society today has made things like that problematic. Now, that doesn't change the fact that people are not happy with, the first 20 seconds of this clip right here with the, identify as a helicopter type shit, stuff like that. People were pissed at Nick Merckx, but things escalated when Kris responded. Me, every time I post on Twitter, and so this is what Kris dropped. And then Nick said, you should be ashamed of yourself, leaving behind your wife and child to play pretend. One day you'll wake up and realize what you've done. And then Kris said, you've got a habit of putting your garbage input on a situation you have no knowledge of. Also, you and your friend have other things you should probably be discussing instead of making up false claims about me, girly pop. And yeah, things, I mean, that's pretty wild right there, all of this. This is super controversial. There's been a lot of people on both sides, getting pressed. But man. And then Mr. Beast responded. So the drama alert tweet that I showed you guys earlier, Mr. Beast said, Ava is literally always with her kid and doesn't even go to shoots to spend more time with him. Tuckman is always smiling. Not sure why this rumor is a thing. And then Sneeko said, and this is where things really escalate because Sneeko gets into it. You're one of the most influential people in the world now, Jimmy. Stop pretending like this perversion is normal. You can literally save thousands of kids' lives. Sneeko doesn't see Jimmy putting wells in Africa. Helping the blind see and the deaf hear is saving lives. Only when Jimmy says trans bad will he actually make a difference in this world to Sneeko. And then Sneeko goes, if you want to pretend to be a woman, do it off a camera. Don't be selfish. Do not damage Jimmy's philanthropic oh my gosh, I'm butchering that word, reputation. Do not confuse a generation of children by celebrating puberty blockers and genital mutation. Oh man, I cannot read, but anyways, Mad Jimmy kept the tranny and not your loser ass. I became my own man. You leached off of one and still failed. Damn, they're going in. I know you have, I have skin in that company, so you're lying to make yourself feel better. I helped found it. Being your own man isn't sucking off grifters. Have a great time in 10 years when you're only remembered for being a racist cunt. Damn. I mean, oh my gosh. They're going back and forth right there, and that's, Woo, yeah, and if y'all, a lot of y'all don't know, Sneeko used to be a part of, or used to film a lot of videos with Kris and Mr. Beast. Okay, and if you guys also don't remember, Kris Tyson's ex, Katie, was dropped multiple times. Even I was like received DMs by Kris or Ava Kris by what's going on, like what Katie's thoughts were, and it was like a little like short that I made. So if you guys want to check that out, let's roll it real quick. Kris responded telling me it's a lie, and what Katie responded. I asked Kris, yo, have you seen this? Not sure if it's real or not. Kris said it's not, and it's causing Katie a lot of distress. She's getting a lot of targeted harassment because these goons want clicks on Twitter. You can put this in a video if you make one. And Katie said, I just want people to leave me alone. Which Kris replied, I know, but I hate this. It's why all my life I've hidden who I was. I think her and Tucker should definitely be left alone. Do you think the hate has gone too far? But yeah, anyway, so you remember that? Well, guess what? Kris and Katie responded again to that. So Katie doesn't like being on the internet, but it's gotten to a point where people are using my 4-year-old child as clickbait. So we sat down and discussed how we wanted to address this. I mean, seriously, I just scratched my kid's back for an hour and I have to respond to this. And this is what Katie said. So Katie said, mine and Tucker's life are both better than ever. Tucker's life is kept relatively private as much as it can be, solely because of the people like you who try to make a headline topic with a 4-year-old's life blasted as a headline. There are plenty of other things in this world to talk about other than a 4-year-old who will one day see all of this. Imagine having to get introduced to the internet and having all of your life as headline topics. All of his life bashed all over the internet. His life is kept private as much as possible, and not people like you can create a headline of a life and a situation you know nothing about. So next time, please choose a different headline other than an innocent 4-year-old's life. Our lives are the best they've ever been, and Tucker is loved and cared for by both parents and in both homes and is thriving. I don't know who Nick is, and I don't care who he is, but as a parent himself, is this the example we want to set for our children? When we don't agree with someone, we bash them, their families, drag other children through the trenches by spreading false info about their lives. Be better, set better examples. And, that's the part that's kind of hard because it's like a lot of people are using this. Well, why, Tucker shouldn't have 2 moms. Tucker having 2 moms is going to affect his growth and stunt, his life and, his progress. And it might make Tucker, from what people are saying, become LGBTQ plus, whether it's, whatever. But thing is, Tucker's a 4-year-old kid. I agree that people should not be blasting a kid through the headlines. Like, there's no reason to mention the kid. Maybe down the line we have the convo with the kid for sure. The kid's gonna find out. There's just no way the kid's not gonna find out about all this one day and just check in all this. But like as of right now, yeah, there's a lot of people dropping headlines with throwing Tucker in there and stuff and like saying, the kid's life is going to be miserable. Like, that's definitely a little bit of, extra. It's pretty extra, not going to lie. There's no need. And a lot of people do care when they shouldn't care as much. Like, and by that, I mean, like, literally every, 20 minutes, there's people just arguing about this, losing sleep over this. It's like, it's not worth losing sleep. You really shouldn't care that much if it's not your life. But at the same time, I agree with the fact that kids shouldn't be put onto this. Just have their mind sexualized at such an early age. That's just something I have to stand on. I think a lot of us should agree on. You should wait till somebody's a lot older, their mind's somewhat developed, and then they can make their decisions for themselves, when they're like 18 years old or whatever. But it's like, damn, this is such a messy situation. There's a lot of people bringing up like old tweets of Kris as well, from like 2017, 2018. I never think it's fair to like drop tweets about what somebody said like 8 years ago. I mean, obviously a lot of these are edgy and like pretty wild. Like if you drop these nowadays, yeah, there's gonna be a hate mob on your head. But I don't know. I don't like bringing old receipts. People change, things have changed, but yeah, that's pretty much the situation for right now, y'all. So let me know how you guys feel about this down below with the Ava Kris Tyson situation. Do you agree with Nick Merckx? Do you agree with what Nick Merckx has got to say? Do you agree with what Sneeko was saying? Do you believe they're in the wrong? Do you think people putting the headlines about Tucker need to chill, need to stop? And how do you also feel about the movement getting pushed on kids, at such an early age? I mean, this is like some serious topics to talk about, guys. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I hope you guys enjoy this video. From what I gotta say is just don't send nobody hate. There's a lot of better ways to put your opinions out there. You don't got to like drag someone through the mud. There's a lot of better ways to educate people and just, let them know your thoughts. But it's really it, guys. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and like what we say, Empire out.